Hey, this is Stacia, and we're gonna do a little Chessable session. So I don't know if you guys like this or not, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe this time we'll look at some like games and critical moments. So okay, looks like I have 12 critical moments. Let's go ahead and have a look at these. So this one's called Defend Well. Let's try it. Yeah, I think this was a rapid game where I was not sure how to defend this position. It just seems so scary with knight f5 followed by just like mate. So so I was thinking I should go here, but then there's check, and it wasn't clear to me what to do. After the game, the engine showed me that a5 is like the way to go, just creating counterplay. Like we don't even care. There's no threats. Um, because on this move check, we just block, no problem. Queen was protecting this, and then we go here, and that's just fine. Now I am still wondering what happens on knight f5 though, right? Like what if we just play a5 and then knight f5, threatening mate? I bet you it's just rook g6. Like just rook g6. If the knight comes back, we just go here. The same type of thing happens. Yeah, this is just crazy. But I think it works. I'll check. I want to check on that thing I just said though. Like if they go knight f5, yeah, rook g6 is fine. Just guarding it. Or we can play queen f8, guarding it that way. Okay. So pretty interesting, I thought. Okay. The next one is this dark square attack. I don't care about that one. Let's go with, this one's an interesting idea. A lot of times, like black in the French defense, maybe the Caracan too, they'll try to play this f6 pawn break. And, but when they do that, sometimes they just undefend e6 and allow this knight to f4 move. So I was trying to look at a situation where this knight to f4 move can be played and is actually good, and this is one of them. Um, so, so yeah, I'm gonna play it. Okay, now this move. I mean, this is why black's playing f6, right? To challenge the center. So they're gonna take on e5. Notice e5's like really super protected. So if we just take back, they will take back. Now, I think there's tricks with maybe queen h5 check. But we could also try taking on e6. Now, if we take on e6, there is this pawn fork, right? So, gotta watch out for that. But then what? Not totally sure. There could be knight g7. So let's try it. This is so hard for me. I think the move is this, but that doesn't make any sense to me at all. Oh, I remember why. We play a slow move here. I mean, wow, the computer's just crazy to find moves like this. Like in this position, I don't know that I would find a slow move like bishop to f4. But the idea behind bishop to f4 is that if the queen leaves and takes on b2, we're solid enough. The queen's defending the rook and everything. We're fine. And we can play this fork. And if they take anywhere, we play the fork. And otherwise, we also have this. So it's like, and it's a developing move on top of that. So this is just like really cool. So yeah, so if black defends this, then we can probably just settle with knight g7, I think. Now our knight's attacked, and this fork is still here. It just stays here the whole time. Okay, well here, let's see, we do have knight g5. They would take. But then maybe we have queen h5 threatening this. So I do think this is the answer. Yeah, and if rook f8, we take here. Like, wow. Yeah, pretty crazy lines. So I just wanted to get a feel for this because this seems insane. Doesn't it seem insane? So, okay. Let's do another one. Oh, this is another version of it. This is number 3. Let's do number 2. So on this one, yeah, I was wondering what happens if they play knight to b4. Because that defends the pawn. And on top of that, it attacks our bishop. You know, activates our knight a bit. But here we play just the typical move. Of course we don't take because it's protected. We just play this. This is sort of a typical idea. Now black has time to castle, but now we can kick the knight out now. The knight cannot go to c6, right? Because we would take. So it goes there. Now that knight's kind of not good there. So like this is not a computer move, I don't think. I play this. Like I was like, what happens? Like this is what I calculated. And I was trying to understand how this is good for white. So yeah, here do we just bring the bishop back out? I mean, could that be fine? Could we play do we play this? What do we do? I think we just go ahead and play bishop d3. Or maybe even queen d3. Look at that. We did set up a battery. Now on queen d3, they should probably go f5 or like something else, like g6, probably f5. Yeah, that wasn't even the move. That's not the move either. So what's the move? It's not that either. Oh, wow. It's rook e1. Now we are ready to attack. We could play queen d3 or h4, but rook e1 is a nice idea because we x-ray attack the pawn on e6. Okay, so it turns out that the move I played was a alternative move. Sometimes I will actually edit my Chessable. I'll show you guys how we do that, just in case you're wondering. Like this is the line, and if I want to mark something alternative, I'm pretty sure, oops, no, we have to go to edit variation first. Let's go edit variation. Okay, we're in it. And now we go, there's a way to do this for sure. Oh, add new alternative move. The next move you make on the board will be added as an alternative, or you can click cancel. Okay. Yeah, instead of rook e1, queen d3 is an alternative. So I marked it so. Okay, let's go back to our course now. Fall training and yeah, this one. Okay. So there was one last version of this that was really interesting. This one's more concrete. So okay, if we go knight f4 and they take, we can actually play, I'm calculating, hang on a second. I think we can take with the pawn. Is that possible? Hmm, 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 hmm. Yeah, because we take, and then we get this fork. Okay, so that is also an idea in the position. So, I mean, this is how I get more familiar with certain things that, in my estimations, like just from experience, I guess, like I see positions like that more and more. So then I look at it more because I'm like, well, why can't I go knight f4 here? And then I feel like doing this helps me calculate because I kind of know what I'm trying to accomplish, and then I can just see if it works during my games. And yeah, and this shows me my opponent's ideas as well. So, anyway, okay, a London system win. Let's do it. Yeah, this one was really cool. I did not see this in a training game, and I think it's pretty instructive. Uh, so basically, this is a position where white moved their queen to c1 to defend the pawn on b2 after I went queen to b6, attacking that. So that's a little bit of a passive move, though, which allows me to jump in with knight to e4. And here I had a win already, believe it or not. The idea is kind of crazy. So let's see if I can figure it out. If you want to pause your video, go ahead and do so now. Okay, I kind of remember the idea. I still don't totally see how it happens. I know that we're going to take here. And the idea is that we want to open up our queen all the way to f2 and use that pressure there, which just seems crazy. How is this possible? So if we take, white can take two ways. They can take with the e3 pawn, or they could take with the c3 pawn. Okay, so if they take this way, which seems reasonable. Oh, actually, maybe the problem is queen b5 check? Maybe queen b5 check is a problem there. And if they take the other way, then we can play e5. Yeah, e5. So the point behind e5 is that the d pawn is actually pinned now. Like if they take this way, it's pinned, right? They cannot take, because if they do, we get to play this. And then we win a bishop. And then check by the bishop. Here, that should be mate. Okay, that is mate. Yeah, and I vaguely remember it too. Okay. What a crazy win. Now, I don't even remember why the other one doesn't win, so I have to look. Like, what? If they take this way, e5, anyway, apparently. Okay, if they take with a pawn, are we going to go bishop e4, or like, what is this? Seems like we want to get this bishop away from this defense, which is crazy to me. But there's also this move. Okay, I can see that the knight on e4 is a problem, right? Like if they play this, we just fork them. Or do we? Actually, we don't fork them. Wow, this is crazy. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, rook c8. Let us take the bishop. And then we take here. Luckily, the bishop's protecting the rook. But that's somehow the best move because we're going to go check. I don't claim to fully understand this position. This is some wild chess. That's how I see it. Okay, let's just go to the next one. That was enough of that. Okay, a critical moment from a Parma game. Let's look at this. Oh, I remember this one though. I do think I just had check here. I ended up playing Queen H4. We looked at this before, I think, you guys. So yeah, this move is like very concerning, threatening that and also threatening the knight. So we just take the rook and let them do this. Yeah, I just need to see stuff like this because it's insane. And now the knight's attacked, but I will take with the bishop because it's tempo on the queen. Take back. And then we have this crazy tactic at the end. I mean, this must just be like computer chess. I don't know. But whatever. Let's go to the next one. Pin and win in the Mora. I'm going to show you this one because I thought it was cool. There's only one way to win in this position, and it's a very cool move. Why does this work? Let's see. Oh, I remember why. We play b4. We play b4. Now, if they take with a knight, if they take with a queen, we just do a fork. If they take with a knight, we actually just pin them. Notice the knight has no good moves. I mean, best is knight c6 probably, but that's not good. And then we play a3. And we just win. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, in the game, I missed this. I just went knight d6, and this was actually bad because I'm just letting black win e4. You cannot do that in the Smith-Ward Gambit. You cannot let them just win your e-pawn for nothing. It's not a good idea. So, I mean, even though that was a trade, it just means that it was like I won my pawn back, but then I gave away the e-pawn. So it's not good enough. Okay, and let's do this one. Ooh, this one's very difficult. But this happened in a tournament game for me fairly recently, like probably a month ago. And in this position, I decided I was going to sacrifice after bishop to h5. I was going to play knight takes g4. And I was like, I'm so smart because after takes and takes, she might think I was playing a teenage girl. She might think she has this clever check, take, and check, but she does not because I would play queen takes g5 there, you know, and after bishop takes queen, there's bishop takes queen. I worked this all out and I was like, ooh, I'm winning there. And, but I failed to see some more important things because I thought if takes, takes, takes. You know, I'm just on this and this is too good. Bishop f7 doesn't work, so I'm fine. Unfortunately for me, there's actually two different things that white can do against the sacrifice. So one of them, and let's see if I can get this right, is after knight takes, they do not even have to take back right away. Like that is not something they have to do. They can play other forcing moves, such as knight takes knight, which I think is the best move. And in that position, I just took a pawn, but they just took a piece. If I take that knight, I have a tempo on that knight. But they could take me then. My bishop's attacked. And if I take their knight, they take my bishop. I'm just down a piece at the end. So that's no good. Can't do that. So if we look at that again, after knight takes g4 and knight takes d4. Actually, I should just put this on the board, huh? Because it's kind of confusing to explain with arrows. Let's do this because it's complicated enough. And we'll learn some defensive ideas to this sacrifice, which is a fairly normal sacrifice. Yeah. So this is actually what I was calculating was this one. I thought after takes, she might try this, right? It looks, at first glance, it looks kind of good. But I can just take that knight. And if they take, I take. Yeah, and I think, like, you know, they probably have to take with a king to not allow this. And then, okay, well, you know, I'm fine here. This is good, I think. Especially happy with the h-pawn. But yeah, they don't have to take. They can play this move. This is the first one. I looked at this variation. After we take, they take, we take, they take. Let's count material, shall we? White has 2 bishops. We have 1. That did not work out. Okay. And then there was another version that my opponent played that was even worse, or at least scarier. She played this move. I was like, what? What's going on here? Or did she actually take first and then play that? I think maybe she did that. Maybe she actually did accept a sacrifice and then play here. Yeah, I think so. And this is a very nice move because it threatens Legal's mate, right? So, like, the problem is I can't take the queen because check here and then checkmate. Wow, that's kind of unfortunate. So yeah, this is a crazy line. Now let's see the line I put in. Okay, I gave this move, and then I'm pretty sure that I give queen to h4, because queen to h4 is a very interesting move. It pins the f pawn, attacks it again, and it also pins the h pawn. Now white can play queen f3, which attacks like so much stuff. I'm still on this. They're still on this. Like, who knows what's happening here? It also defends the rook. This is very complicated to me. Okay, and I'm pretty sure the move here is knight to f6, which is a discovery on the queen. So let's just go with that. Yeah, it is that. And then queen to f5. This is a computer move that I wanted to understand. But this is really crazy stuff. So if I move my knight, they can play check. Oh, wait, I can't. Actually, they can't. But queen f5, what does that do? It actually clears the f3 square for this knight, because we're actually down material at the moment. And I think if we just take this, which is not the best move. Ooh, yeah, we can actually threaten the queen with bishop g6, but then they have this counter strike knight to f3. So this knight came in and grabbed a knight and then came out. So I think we're just down material, and we're out of tricks too. So we just have to take. We take the queen, they take our queen, we're down material. So yeah, this sacrifice, now I understand better when to not play it. Because if I see those 2 defenses, I'm not playing it. But I actually did play it in the game. And I got a sketchy position. Let's put it that way. Borderline losing position. Okay. I think that's enough. So I hope you enjoyed the session, and I'll be back with more chess. Okay.